And we're going.
All right.
Oh, wait.
No,
No, okay, now we're going.
You're lying to me. Are we going?
Yes.
All right. So welcome to another Simple Talks podcast. Today, we do things a little different. I have Brendan with me, and the man, as we like to call him, Remy Evo, even though he doesn't have an Evo anymore. He has a nice, what was it, 700 horsepower?
It was over 8.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Notice he says was.
The Evo
doesn't
God.
exist anymore.
So recently, this was about last week, there was, on Long Island, there's a lot of car races that happen probably like 6,000 times a week, I'd say.
Yeah.
On the most obvious streets in Farmingdale. If you don't know where they are, then you just clearly just have never been outside.
You live under a rock.
Yeah.
Basically.
And people get mad at me when I say the street names, like, oh, cops. I'm like, dude, if they don't know them by now.
Yeah.
It only matters when there's an actual race that's going to happen,
Yeah.
and then
Money
people
race.
are already saying the fucking name.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
stupid. But recently there was a huge, stupid accident that happened. Brendan, your cousin was involved in it, right?
Yeah. So last Sunday, there was a race on Central between.
Can't say the name.
Oh, oops, whatever. We'll bleep
You
that
can't
out.
say the name, bro. Come on. Cops are gonna know.
Between two BMWs, I'm not going to go any further into that. I'm not going to say names or anything. Not that like everyone doesn't already know. But my cousin and his friend. My cousin just recently moved back to Long Island. Like he grew up here his whole life and moved to Pennsylvania. Then came back here with his fiance and his daughter. And he was hanging out with his friend from work. And they were like, all right, well, we haven't seen any races, so let's just go check it out. Saw a couple races, and then from what I was able to gather from like the videos that were pretty much all over the place after the accident, they left before the race with the two BMWs, like they were on their way leaving. I guess whoever was supposed to check the street before the race starting didn't check the street, and the race started. They went to go turn, and one of the BMWs smacked right into the driver's side. T-bone, basically, right into the driver's side of. It was a 2015 Ultima, I believe, that my cousin was passenger in.
You know who was driving?
The Ultima or the
Ultima.
Yeah, it's this guy named James, and for like a while after the accident, we actually couldn't find him. Like we didn't know.
Did your cousin know who he was?
Yeah, they worked together.
Oh, so then was he just not?
So originally, everyone that follows me on Instagram saw I was trying to find out who it was, because when the videos first started surfacing, everyone kept saying that the driver left my cousin at the scene, which in some of the videos it kind of seems like that, because he was gone after he was pulled out of the car, he was gone. Turns out he actually just went to the hospital and that was it.
Okay.
But in the video,
I was gonna say,
right
none of that made sense. I
yeah. So after the accident, the driver of the BMW was actually stuck in the car. Not the BMW, I'm sorry. The Ultima was stuck in the car, so they had to pull him out. My cousin, not realizing his injuries, got out of the car and started to walk towards the side, and then passed out on collapsed, and he was
It's a crazy video.
Yeah, he was unconscious.
I only have
for
one video.
I have an actual minute and a half live stream of the video, and you literally see
there was
the
a lot of
white
people
BMW that hit the Ultima, spin out, hit the transformer, you literally see the explosion, and everything was ridiculous.
Yeah, Matt, if you want to click
So,
on
yeah.
the first link,
I'm actually
I can
gonna
show the video. If you want to send him,
I'm gonna
also.
send you the video. You can just email it to him real quick.
Yeah. The second, yeah, that one. If you want to click on the video first, and then you can click on the News 12 link.
You got this from News 12?
Nah, the video. Well, you could click on this.
There
one
is a
first.
News 12 link from the
so
video.
this is
Yeah. So the gray car is the Ultima that my cousin and his friend was in, and the white car was the one that smacked into them and then hit the.
So this is
you can
the
see where the pole hit it.
Mm-hmm.
this is the aftermath of everything. If you want to click play, you can.
That's crazy.
Let's see if I have that live stream.
Damn.
15-second ad.
If you guys want to buy some furniture, Raymore and Flanagan is the place to go. Not sponsored.
Raymore and Flanagan.
So Remy, you clearly have been into this way longer than us. How long have people been racing on this? Probably way before your time too, right?
Developing in East Farmingdale, police are investigating a crash that sparked a fire. Officers not releasing any details right now. We do know it happened on Central Avenue near Sarah Drive just after midnight. A pole was knocked down during the crash, and you can see there caught fire. No word on any injuries.
Yeah. For 2 days after that video, the cops were not helping us getting any information. They were saying like, oh, no one got hurt in the crash. Meanwhile, 3 people went to the hospital. You know,
because you're street racing.
Yeah,
they don't give a shit.
they don't
You're
care.
being-
When
you're
when it
being
comes to
scumbags.
races, they try and bury it. And like, you know, I get it. They don't want to be liable or anything like that, which makes sense. But you know, at least do right by the families. Which now, you know, a week later, we've been getting, you know, the information that we needed. But yeah, I mean, like, I got a lot of positive remarks from Instagram and a lot of negative remarks, like, oh,
There's always
you
gonna be
can't-
negative and
you
everything.
can't talk bad about street racing. You used to race and all that. And like, it wasn't about the racing. You know, it happens. It things like this can
It's
happen.
unorganized.
I think a lot of people were trying to protect the racers too. 'Cause I know
Exactly.
one kid, not saying his name, was 18, but at the same time, you know, a lot of the reports too from from people that were there were saying that they made a U-turn, they knew it was racing, blah blah blah. Either way, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Regardless,
it's a street race.
Exactly, it was a street race, and I wasn't. You know,
It's illegal.
like what you
I-
said. It's common sense wise. The guy that driving the Ultima
Yeah,
wrong.
There's
but
100%
legal wise,
wrong.
the BMW is wrong.
Exactly. And-
You know what's going on.
And thank God that your cousin's alive. But
It was,
as crazy as it sounds in New York, if your cousin, thank God he then died, the 2 people racing, both of them, not just because of the one that hit, both of them would have been charged with vehicular manslaughter.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's crazy is, I mean, the person driving the BMW that, you know, hit my cousin, as ironic as it is actually a friend of mine. So, you know, me and him have had multiple conversations. You know, he's extremely sorry about everything. Where he's doing, you know, right by us.
I mean, nobody wants to hit any when they're racing. That's not the first thing in their
and,
mind.
You know, he is a young kid, and it happens. You know, shit happens. You know, I told him all the time, like, listen, like, don't blame yourself. Like, I'm sure you didn't go out to race and plan on, you know, putting
Creaming
exactly.
someone,
Like,
yeah.
that's
If
not
he
how
even
it is.
planned on racing at
If
all.
he even planned on
Because
racing at
the
all.
way everything's been going now, like when you do it, it's organized. When kids go to Central, it's just race after race after race until the cops show up
Yeah,
with
I
stock
mean,
cars.
I used to, you know,
I
was
we've
young.
definitely all done
Everyone's
to do
done the
it.
stupid race after race, but
There's also, at least when I used to do it, because I know I started coming around the Farmingdale races when I was 16 with my Mustang, just got my license. Actually, I don't even think I had my license yet. I was coming out 11 o'clock at night when Dave & Buster's was a spot to be. And used to go to either Allen, Central, Edison. We used to try and stay off Edison
sent you
because
the
Edison
video,
was
by
the
the
big
way.
money spot.
Yeah.
That's where you should stay off, and they would go to Central. Central, I always thought was a horrible road.
Yep, it's small. There's not
Small.
enough room for
people. Got to park on the street. There's side streets.
There's a lot of
and
side
of course, as these kids don't know, because in all honesty, the streets have been very quiet in the past couple years. They don't know that you're supposed to block off the street or, you know, do this stuff. They haven't been around it.
Exactly.
They weren't out when they were younger.
Yeah.
And they're just coming around.
and not only that,
now.
on Central, the like truck shops and shit are still open when they're all
At night,
racing,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
the guys are standing out in front of the shop watching that. Like, you don't think they're gonna call the cops in like 3 seconds?
Well, it's not even that. I mean, when Allen used to be big 4 years ago, when they were there every weekend.
Even like 2 years ago, it was still pretty
Yeah.
decent. Like people would come out
But
and
the
watch
undercover
races.
cops
Yeah.
used to park on the street and watch.
And watch
and these
until-
kids don't think that way.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
And they would wait till there's more than just a couple of people. You know, you're talking about, you know, hundreds of people just spectating, and before you know it, lights go on, everyone scatters. And that's when it used to be the most dangerous, when everyone's like, oh, my stock Civic's going to get pulled over. Let me run away going 100
Well,
miles
they didn't
an
have
hour.
a front plate on it, so
Or-
yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. It's a nice
So,
$75
I've
ticket.
been hit when I think I was in Freeport, that Freeport location. I went there once. About halfway through watching a couple races, I found out that the precinct is literally a block away.
Wow.
And I said to myself, oh, so I
I've been
wonder
going
if I
to
should
these-
get going.
Yeah.
As I said that, the cops come around the corner, just leaving the precinct.
Yeah.
I actually I got backed into at like 30 miles an hour by someone, and I just bounced off the car and kept running. Just because that's what happens when the cops come.
Yeah.
You just don't want to
wanna-
get pulled over.
You don't want to get pulled over. And like for the people that were messaging me saying like, oh, like you used to race, like yeah, I've had my fair share of races on Allen, on freaking Edison, and I've actually been pulled over for them. You know, knock on wood, no accidents or anything like that. But I've been pulled over at Allen before, where I was lined up for a race, cops showed up, and that was it. I sat there and I waited till. Thank God the lady was really nice and didn't give me any tickets. She just told me to go home. But
you're very lucky.
very lucky, because like I didn't race. I just finished doing a burnout, and then I just sat there waiting. Cops pulled up. They pretty much blocked my car so I wouldn't leave, and I was like, oh well. Turned off the car. Like at that point, there's
those
nothing.
cops don't fuck around.
Yeah,
One
they
time,
really don't.
I was at Central, and this was like 4 years ago, and this is when I had the black Mazda. Like this was way back. And oh shit, it's Nick pulled up to the line with his Miata in like 6 colors. And he pulled up next to like a stock Civic or something. State trooper comes up behind them.
Oh no!
Turns his lights on. The other car takes off. I was like, oh my God, chases after him. Nick gets off scot-free. I was like, oh my God.
That's what they look for, though. Like, they know people are going to scatter, but it's the person they're, like, next to that they're expecting to, like, try and book it.
Why would you?
know?
He took, like, he was racing. Like, I don't think he realized that the cop was
Sometimes
behind him.
people are stupid, man.
Yeah. I sent you the video of the live thing. So if you wanna...
Here, real quick, Matt. If you want to click on the video right there on the bottom, and then we'll go to the other link that I sent you after this. This is the car crash itself.
This is cringeworthy.
So how fit? He had to have been doing
So he did
minimum 80 already.
He called me the next morning, like after realizing it was my cousin, that was in the car.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say
I didn't get a full screen. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Now we've all seen it.
Yeah. So whoever has not seen the crash, it is actually a miracle that both the driver of both cars and my cousin.
Driver of the Ultima was lucky he's not dead.
Yeah, they're all lucky they did not die. The doctor, when he was talking to me and my family about my cousin, that if the BMW had hit the car at any other angle than what it did, like it would have been a lot worse.
A lot of people are like,
car
oh,
flipped.
why didn't the BMW go right? I was like, dude, there was no way.
Yeah,
He could have just stayed straight.
Yeah, there was a
That's
couple
my
of things that
opinion.
could have happened, but he did call me, the driver of the BMW, and told me that they were easily going 85 plus. So in that moment, you could slam on your brakes all you want. You're not stopping
It's not
before
doing
that.
much, yeah.
Realistically,
I mean, it's
yes,
better than
when
still hitting the gas. but-
Yeah, 100%. But everyone did make it out with their lives. My cousin, he had 2 broken ribs. He had to get reconstruction on his jaw, and he was unconscious for 2 days. So it's like it was a lot. They were really worried that like when he woke up, he was going to wake up in shock. Because when you get into an accident, like you don't realize what happens when you faint afterwards, and then 2 days later you wake up in the hospital not being able to like do anything. It's kind of
Damn, he woke up 2 days later.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
He went into surgery Monday.
You have health insurance?
Yeah. His
gonna
mom,
say, 'cause if not, he's
his mom
fucked.
has really good insurance. Like he has his own room and everything in the hospital.
It's a nice $200,000 bill.
Pretty much. But luckily, the both the driver of the BMW and the driver of the Ultima came forward. Gave their insurance information. So like, realistically, both of them should walk.
It's going to be a little bit of a process.
It's going to be a
process. Insurance in court.
Exactly. So I mean, not for nothing, my mom has worked in a law firm her entire life for cases like this. So he is going to get a really good lawyer.
Well, that helps.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
No
But yeah,
legal
it's just-
fees as well.
What happened?
No legal fees as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's a family matter at that point. So
It's crazy.
yeah.
If you want to go to the other, I just sent you another thing from him. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
They've
so
seen it. I haven't seen it.
This is actually
Which one?
If this is
the most
live
recent
one
one I
This
sent
is-
you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I think I know.
This
But you don't
one's-
really see much, do you?
You see the actual aftermath of the crash.
Yeah, I've
So,
seen this.
This was pretty
Second shotgun,
ridiculous.
co-pilot, doing my job.
And just notice there's
so-
cars driving both ways on the street.
Yeah.
Because
If you
no
want to
one's
actually
blocking
if you
anything
want to
off.
back it up a little bit for a
where's the
second.
next race?
Yeah.
The next
Back up the
race
video for a
coming
little
right
bit. So if you guys are seeing the video right now, keep going. You keep
going.
now. Oh yeah, bro.
The car that's
shotgun,
about to
co-pilot.
pass on the screen
that.
right
Do
now,
my
that's
job.
the Ultima leaving before the race starts. Like, there's no way.
shit.
Yeah, so that's why people didn't understand why they still race. You
Bro,
clearly
where's
see the
next
car
race?
going down the
Oh, the
road.
next race coming right now.
So then they started racing.
Oh, the they go on the left.
So he went to do a
I don't know who that
U-turn?
is, but he
Yeah.
went.
Yep.
That's what I heard.
Yep. So you don't see it, but you see the rest.
Go down there. Go down there. Go down there. Go.
Damn.
Go. Oh shit!
You see like little explosion. That was the BMW hitting the transformer.
Oh my god! Pull over.
Damn.
That blue BMW, no one knows who it was or where they are. We still have yet to find that driver. I mean, he didn't hit anything.
Yeah,
so.
I mean,
It
he got
wouldn't
a
matter unless your cousin passed.
Exactly.
So I don't think it.
I mean, good for him for getting out of there. Like, not trying to, but like,
And
The audio cuts out of the video?
right?
I guess.
You see the person.
To the-
Yeah, the
it's
audio
gonna
cut out,
turn.
but
That's his cousin.
that's my cousin. Not realizing his injuries, got out of the car.
Yeah.
You know, people. You know, that's the driver of the Ultima. He's stuck in the car. You know, they actually had to like kick open the door and like pull him out. So, like it just
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
I didn't realize that was them driving down the street.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it makes sense why they didn't see it. But there's a whole bunch of variables that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, there's you know, and a lot of people were like, oh, you know, it's the
They had been
Ultima's-
racing for a while at this point too,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I
'Cause
think
they were
this was-
going back to back.
I think this was like, you know, at least race number like 6 or 7 at this point. So, see, they're trying to like get him out. They're like kicking. I think I stopped the screen recording after that.
Yep.
But yeah, it's crazy. You know, thank God everyone made it out with their lives. That's a big plus. But,
Oh yeah, but jeez. So I don't even know. Like, a lot of people that watch my channel are from Cali, and they're like, "Yo, your car scene is horrible."
it is
Because
no
they-
offense, like
No, it's really bad. Because,
Wait. Are we talking about Bay Area?
Yeah,
Because
but-
those
No,
guys
no.
are fucking nuts.
No, they are
Yeah,
nuts
yeah.
because they can, but they can organize things. Like they'll close off a whole intersection for 40 minutes and just do burnouts and donuts. And like, if a cop comes, they will block the cop off. Like they somehow can organize things. It's horrible. It's really fucked up
Yeah,
because
but
the cops hate them.
you're comparing it to what the kids are doing.
That's true.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the actual guys who are out east,
No, but those
And
guys are
we're
crazy
racing.
too.
yep.
we block off the
Yeah.
street. We don't have to worry about anything.
But some of the guys in the Bay Area that race can do it really legit too. Do your race, do it right,
well, they do
and
it
get
late
out.
at night too.
Yeah.
Like that's another thing. Like when they do these races here in Long Island, they'll do it freaking 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Like they don't wait till
And they post it on Instagram.
Exactly, they post it
for everyone
everywhere.
to repost.
So, and then they get mad when like the cops show up, or if someone like, oh, well, someone called the cops. Like, no one called the cops. People think that cops don't know how to use social media. Like, if you post it 100 times hours before the race, you don't think the cops are going to show up to the races at some
Well,
point?
the big money races they don't, but
Yeah,
these
but-
kids do. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because all the kids are reposting flyers of car meets. and
Don't forget, we also have 10 different clubs holding a car meet
exactly.
every night.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
2 years ago, there was only a handful of actual.
2 years ago, there was 10 of us because I actually ended up organizing all of them because it was what was happening now. It was
just meets every day.
this person's throwing a meet Monday, this person's throwing a meet Tuesday, this
Yeah.
person's throwing a meet Wednesday,
I just missed the
and
old
it's
Chipotle.
30 degrees out.
Yeah, right. I just miss the Chipotle meets, the garage meets we used to do. Those were good
The
meets.
ones, the
one-
Chipotle meet that I used to throw was great, but what happened was someone was throwing meets on another night,
In the same
acting like
spot.
it was a repost from me. People would show up, but the problem is anyone who has been to my Chipotle meet knows I have no problem getting in your face and cursing you out for doing something stupid.
Yep.
I have no problem. I've almost been shot before at Dave and Buster's. That's another story. I have no problem being confrontational with you, especially because if I'm throwing the meat, that's my responsibility.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what these people don't understand is, oh, something happened at our meet, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, well, what did you do about it?
Yeah, I just saw. I'm not gonna say their page name, but he was like, "Yeah, every time I try to confront someone, they want to fight me." I was like,
So fight them.
Yeah, right.
"Grow a sack."
And what's even crazy is like people like get so upset like, oh, this is why we need a drag strip. This is why we need like real meats like Clean Culture or Slammed Enough. Like that's we try that. Freaking Al, the nicest guy in the world that does Monday Night Takeover, tried to do tried to help out at March Madness, and that was
that
a
turned into a
shit
shit show.
show. it was a shit show because everyone wants to go there, do stupid stuff, think they're gonna get famous for doing a burnout. Why not just go enjoy the show? Why go and act like a fool? And then you have
Long
people
Island.
getting in Al's face, cursing him out. Like that guy, like we wouldn't.
Al's been in a fight before. At
Yeah,
Ball,
right. But like, we wouldn't have that spot if it wasn't for him. And like, he's, you know, he does his best to keep that for us. But every time people do stupid things, it gets harder and harder and harder for us to have a spot, to have an official show. You know, there's car meets every single day.
If you don't know that there's a Burger City meet at 9 o'clock tonight, then I don't know what you're
Right?
doing. I can
Every
tell you
day.
that right
And tomorrow.
And tomorrow,
now. Christmas.
See, Al's always been very nice to me, and I have my own opinions of him. But the one thing that I always wish he would do is, because I know you guys won't remember this, is he lets everybody into the show because of the money, and I don't agree
March Madness.
with.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Well,
talking
no,
Bald
yeah,
Hill as
Bald
well.
Hill. Yep,
And
I
don't
remember.
agree with that because you run out of spots and
Really
then
fast.
real cars show up, and by real cars I mean actual
Like drag
builds.
cars,
No,
builds,
not even
race
drag cars.
Just a build.
Just
Yeah.
anything nice.
Not off
And,
the lot.
and
Like,
there's a
remember-
Honda Civic CRV that's
Yeah.
parked there, you know,
Yep.
with Steelies on, and
Yep.
it's or a stock Honda Accord.
That's what
And,
happened
like,
to us in March Madness.
we have a spectator
Yeah,
lot to park
I remember
in.
like
It's cheaper.
I remember like 3-4 years ago when like it was actually big enough where he had like actual vendors inside, like wrapping companies, dipping companies, like real vendors inside the show. They had their cars there, and now it's just first 500 people there gets a spot.
See, I
no
don't think-
vendors, no food.
It
or
was 6 years ago, so you guys probably weren't there. He threw a car meet on Sunday for a fundraiser. It was probably one of the best shows I've ever been to. There was literally 10 fully built drag Supras there. Every car there was a legitimate badass fucking car, and it was amazing.
Yeah, we haven't had anything like that.
Glen Cove got shut
Glen
down.
Cove,
The
yeah.
original Glen Cove, where Thursday nights was phenomenal, and then I think it was actually two hookers got into a fight that someone
oh my
brought,
god.
and the problem was that you have two hookers fighting next to $300,000 cars,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they shut that down. But Chipotle got shut down because someone else was throwing meats. Then we still do Sonic on Wednesdays.
But those turn into shit shows real quick. Because it's people pull
They
up
build
in the-
up to it. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Is that
when it starts, they're really
It's good, but then you have
have
all the revving. It's a lot of I have nothing against Hondas. But it's the people that drive the Hondas that are a problem.
well, it also helps because me and my buddy throw the Sonic meets, and we still control people as best we can. You know, if someone revs once, I'm not going to go over there and yell at
Yeah,
them.
but
If
if
It's when they
continue-
hold it in freaking
Usually
red
they're all
line.
pretty good, but it also helps that, you know, someone like me who's been throwing car meets for 4 years now, that I have a backing. You know, I know that I could hold my own in a fight against people, so I'm not concerned. But if it does come to it, I know that I have people behind me. I got into Dave and Buster's after it was shut down. I think it was like 2 years later. People would show up like 20 cars. You know, nothing like it used to be.
Yeah, not the entire lot.
So we were all hanging out, all the roll race guys that they still race every night. You won't hear about it, but they're racing every
'Cause there's
night.
not a flyer on every single page.
We have our own private group on Facebook, and so we show up and we're all hanging out, and you know, some guy shows up with his subwoofers on top of the car,
like every other meet.
like every other meet, and starts blasting music for the 19 people in the parking lot at 11 o'clock at night.
I don't understand why people do that. Like,
I never understood it.
it's like you just might as well just do smoke signals. Like here
For
I
the
am.
cops, yeah. Needless to say, 5 minutes later, even though we were there for an hour, 3 cops show up. And as I'm getting in the car, I said, "Thanks a lot, guys." And I don't know what caused this guy to blow a fuse, but he started cursing me out and everything. He said, "Why don't you come over there and say it to my face?" I said,
Oh no.
"Okay." Slam the car, and I'm walking over there, and all I see is one of my best friends. He's not even a big car guy. He just happened to be there with another friend of ours. and I see him coming across on an angle. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, it's me and him, 8 of them. I'm like, whatever.
You know, the guy's like, fuck.
So I go over there, and these guys were, I didn't know till after, but these guys were all like cokeheads with guns, which I didn't know at the time.
Nice.
So the cops are there, which I didn't really care about. So I'm over there. We're all yelling at each other. It gets to the point where one of the crackheads says something to me like, "You're lucky all your friends are here." And I'm like, oh, that's weird. It's just me and him. Like, what's he talking about? So I lean over. So it gets to the point where I'm leaning over with my hands behind my back, just telling them to hit me because I just wanted to go.
Yep.
Just pulls out
So
a gun.
the cop puts his spotlight on us, tells all of us we're all going to be charged if we don't leave. So I turn around, and there's about 50 people behind me. And I'm like, excuse me, trying to nudge through. I had no idea that all these people were behind me. And it's just stuff like that, you know? You just got to be respectful to everyone. And when the time comes, they'll be there. But that's the thing, is that half the time, you don't even know who these people are that, you know,
Exactly.
like Battle Street.
Yep.
I don't know who runs it.
Battle
They
Street-
sold it twice.
Yeah, they sold it twice. And like that was like another big thing that kind of like
Speaking of, how do you sell?
An
Yeah,
Instagram
I don't
page.
know.
You could sell Instagram pages?
apparently.
guess.
No one told me
I
that.
know someone that made $700 off their Instagram page
Wow, that's crazy.
just because it had followers on it. But you know what? Like that's like, you know, that being said, like with like car, like, you know, Instagram car groups and stuff like that. The car group that hosted the meet, I'm not gonna say their name.
Oh,
but
that was a meet?
well, not the meet, the freaking race. The car group that hosted.
Yeah, it was a meet, then a race.
It was a meet, then
Like
a race.
always.
Like it was a
Wonder
meet, and
who.
then
20,000 cars drive to the race spot
So-
and don't think they're going to be spotted.
not only did they not care about the accident, they had the nerve to post on Instagram and say,
Every goddamn time, man.
they had the nerve, and this got me so pissed that I like messaged them. They actually blocked me afterwards, but they had the nerve to say, you know, we understand there was an accident tonight, so should we take a break from meets and races? Yes or no?
I know who it is. Because I saw that post.
Yeah, and I flipped out. I messaged them. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like someone end up in the hospital over
Isn't this the same page that had the guy on the motorcycle die?
Oh, at the freaking
Perga City
the-
one?
no.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it was a burger. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. But and then like I messaged them and they were just like, show me the evidence.
Go to Central right now. Go look at the
What do you mean,
transformer that's
show
on
me
the ground.
Show you
Which
the evidence.
which video would you like me to
which
send
vid-
you?
oh,
You
would
pull out the whole
Would you like
deck.
me to FaceTime you, my cousin in the hospital right now? Like, what would you like?
Here, I'm gonna send you 60 videos. Take your pick.
Yeah, right.
God,
Ended up blocking me afterwards.
of course. Because why? Never admit when you're wrong. Just block people.
Yeah, right. Just block people. It's okay. You know,
There's one
keyboard
group,
warriors at its
and
finest.
I will say their name, and I really hope they hear this. And I'm gonna talk bad about them, but at the same time, I hope they change because car community.
Oh my fucking god.
Listen, I do not like them. I think they are scam artists as of right now.
Okay.
I just that whole meet that happened at pole position where everyone got kicked out when they had a permit.
Okay. I didn't hear about that.
Permit.
This was a while ago.
This was a year ago, I think,
Yeah.
or 2 years ago. Probably 2 because I had the Evo.
Let me just state this too, since we're on this. The owner of Car Community is an 18-year-old who swears on his life in one summer made $300,000.
Damn, son. Can I have some?
But listen.
Anyway,
Besides
anyway.
all this, as much as, you know, like, I would love to talk bad about them, I really, really think they have the opportunity, the resources, and everything to be the biggest fucking thing on this island and to actually make a difference.
Yeah. The problem is
I don't
though,
know how with these Lamborghini, all these exotics that they have access to, but they have the opportunity if they can just, I guess if he's 18, grow up a little bit.
Yeah,
To
I mean, it takes time.
take over the island, and he could be
like
the
they
next
were
Al.
they
at
were
Gold Hill.
actually they have gotten so big that they actually had cars at the New York Auto Show this year. They
Yeah,
had 2
I saw
cars
that.
there, a booth, familiar faces.
have
that
the
I
money
know.
to do permitted
They-
meets.
Of course they have the money. They have a lot of
And
money. Or
proper
their
meets.
parents do, whatever it is, but they like I was when they first started. They let any semi-built
Anybody, yeah.
any semi-built car a nice like they were very careful who they let in. But like I was in car community for a little bit, and their meets were phenomenal. We would hang out all the time. They like you said, like they have the opportunity to make a difference. The problem is, after a while, they're like, oh, we have a couple Lamborghinis and Supras. Let's get stuck up now and kick everyone else out that doesn't have those kind of cars. Like, basically, I was removed because, I'm also part of Eastern Origin. What does that have to do with anything?
Well, you can't be part of two groups.
You can't be a part of two groups. That's like the way that they said it. But realistically, it was because at the time I had a freaking gold Charger with red wheels.
Those guys came a long way, too.
So
Matt and Steve.
And they're cool.
yeah, I love Matt and Steve.
They've come a long way. I used to make fun of them because they'd have like that one person in their group that would just do something stupid. I'd be like, hey, guys, gonna do something?
For a while, that was me. Not gonna lie, but no, like I think Zane and everyone else that runs car community, they like Remy said, they have a huge opportunity. The problem is like they're not as public as they used to be, which is, in my opinion, the biggest issue. If they go back to being as public as they were, host their permanent meets, they don't have to be paid meets. Just regulate who comes in and who comes out. And just make sure that it goes off without hits. I remember when we used to do the Shake Shack meets, like they had back when the NSX was just announced. Someone that was friends with some of the guys in car community showed up with the car before it was released, like at a Shake Shack meet of all freaking meets, and that it was a good meet when like the cops come. And are playing music, on like the loudspeaker. Like they see a friend of theirs, they get out, they're all talking. Like it was a great meet. And then there's that one person that leaves and does a freaking burnout. All right, everyone leave. So like
it's always one person that can easily
exactly. But they have the opportunity, like Remy said, to make a huge difference. Like in Long Island, there's too many 5-person car groups.
Yeah.
Like there are Eastern Origin. Like we have I think in our group chat, like our main people, there's like 34 of us that have cars.
that was
You guys have also been around for 4 years.
Yeah, we've been around forever.
These other groups
been
have
around for
started
a few
over the
months.
winter.
Exactly, over the winter. Like, we have 2
50.
members. Let's get some stickers from eBay, and boom, we're a car club. But that's not how it is. I miss when it was like the groups of like 30, 40 cars getting together, making a nice big meet at Sonic, Chipotle. Shake Shack. We can't even go to Shake Shack now. We go to Shake Shack, cops are there in 5 seconds.
Well, I used to do
people off.
what was it? The Cars and Coffee on Sundays, where I organized all the car groups to try and organize something.
Yep, the
and
big
it
old
was
place
great
right-
having everybody there.
Right in Farmingdale.
Your meets were good. I remember the Chipotle meets; those are good. I stopped going after I got pulled over though, because I was on the Southern State, and on the way back, I don't know if you remember FRS Wall. Steven,
of course
and
I know
then,
Steve.
Oh shit, it's Nick. We're driving 30 on the Sag the Coast, and the cops clearly wondering what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
If you're doing 30, and then he comes up behind me after they take off, I get pulled over for no license plate light. That's what I got pulled over for.
Nice.
And he's like, "You can't be driving this thing around half built." I was like, "Fuck." Like it's going up for paint soon.
I almost got arrested leaving
What?
Chipotle. Yeah.
What'd you do? You had to been doing some dumb shit. Were you flying?
No, what happened was it was when my fiance had the first Mustang. So we all left. I think we actually left with like 2 other people behind us as well. And I still have no idea to this day who it was. It was either 30, I think it was a G37 4-door. Kept fucking with me the whole time.
Yeah.
This is
Always
when
the
I was
BQ
fully
guys.
built,
Yeah. So it's like
kept messing with me. I think he almost hit me once. He like brake checked Alyssa.
Oh god.
We're going down the service road. We do the ramp on Sag the Coast. We're getting right towards the right before the train tracks for Deer Park. You know how it goes over the hill?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. One pull,
call it a day. Yep.
train him, call it a day, whatever.
No
Wah.
cars, no buses. Train.
Yeah, just a train. Just a quick train length. Call it a day. Break. Fucking drop the second. 7,000 RPM. Bang third. Bang fourth. Like $140 because it took me like 3 seconds to get there back then. Get to
Must
the
be
top
nice.
of the hill.
State trooper.
There's a state trooper
Nah.
on the side.
Ah, done.
So slam on the brakes right away. I'm like, fuck. Alyssa gets up my ass. The other car, I think, slammed on the brakes too. I don't know. I didn't see him. I see the cop pull off. I'm like, fuck. Turns his lights on. I'm like, all right, I'm going to pull over so my girlfriend can keep going.
She pulled over.
Uh-huh.
Of course. I hate when my friends do that.
Well, she told me she had no room because the cop was up her ass and she was kind of up mine. So we both pull over. He walks past her. He comes up to me.
Up.
I go, officer, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I know what I did. I'm sorry.
I was racing. I said it right there. I said, I'll take whatever ticket you want to give me.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't racing. He goes, well, I had 2 cars racing and I don't see another car.
Oh, man.
I looked at him in the eye. I said, she couldn't keep up with me if she wanted to.
That's what you said to him?
Yeah.
Now I go
He's like, I don't care. I was like, I don't think you understand. You wouldn't see her if I raced her.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I got a 105 and a 55, and she got a 95 and a 55.
He gave her a ticket? What a dick.
Oh, my God. What a guy. State
Troopers
for the
are
win.
really...
Fun fact, if you go over 100, you have to take a special class in court and pass a test. And if you don't, you lose your license.
Nice.
I
think
Wow.
I honestly think out of all of the different branches of like officers in Long Island, I think
They're the
state
most
troopers
stuck up.
I got pulled over one day in traffic on the Southern State, which is why I hate going on the Southern State now. In traffic, couldn't have been going more than 10 miles an hour. This is when my car was like black. You know, I had the wheels that I have on the car now, but wasn't doing anything. Car wasn't loud. Just listening to music in the summer, just relaxing. I'm all the way in the left lane. You know, like these troopers hide on like the grass all the way on like the right side.
For those of you not watching the video, he's black. that might have been a factor.
Exactly. That not even joking. This is I don't, everyone that knows me, I don't care about
Were
race.
your windows down?
Yes, they
That's
were.
why you got pulled
Yep,
over.
100%. I don't care about race. I think that even though, like, yes, I'm black, I'm very cultured, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. Whatever. Anyway.
You're a white black man.
I'm a white black man. So I'm driving, going to work, just minding my own business, 10 miles an hour in traffic. Like, there's nowhere for me to go.
I was like, dude, that's why you got pulled over. You're doing 10 on the Southern State.
He cuts over all 3 lanes and pulls me over. Like all of my windows are down. All of my windows are down. Pulls me over. Has the nerve to come to the car. Do you know why I pulled you over?
Because I'm black.
I'm like, no, sir. He's like, well, you have tints on the car.
Jesus. Do you have a back window tint?
Yeah, but it's the back. Even so, I'm like, sir, I mean, I was like, I laughed a little bit. And I
you
was
should
like,
have gone with the "cause I'm black."
That's what I
probably. And I
would've
was
walked
like,
away.
and I was like, sir, I mean, all my windows are down, and I was in the far left lane. How did you know? And he was like, your car looks like it has tints. No, sir, it's because I'm black that you think that my car has tints on it.
He needs a reason.
And then obviously, I'm sure everyone watching. Yeah,
You can't say that.
Yeah, right. I'm sure everyone watching this video has been pulled over before. They usually know when they run your plate whose car it is because it very clearly says the name and like, you know, who's it registered to.
And your prior tickets.
Yeah, and my prior tickets. My scroll of tickets I still have in my room. So, you know, he takes my license and registration, has the information, goes back to his car. 20 minutes later, comes back. Are you sure this is your car? Wait a second.
No, I stole it.
No, sorry, sir. Actually, you know, I stole this from the guy behind me, and he was just chasing me in traffic. You know, it's fucking whatever. So,
Ridiculous.
gave me tickets for having tints. I didn't have my front license. I had to have a front plate on with like whatever. So,
Not
it's just it just I just feel like things like that, like that's just so unnecessary. I feel like that's just a misuse of power. It definitely was. I think it was the end of the month too. So, you know,
Nothing was
quotas.
worse than when I left the Buffalo Wild Wings meet. And he's like, you know why I pulled you over? I was like, he's like, your lights aren't bright enough. I was like, I have light bars on my headlights. I was like, really? And then he gave me exhaust and what was it? No bumper. That was the tickets he gave me.
I love when I get exhaust tickets. I'm like, so wait, you're telling me that my SRT that at the time only had like a muffler delete is loud, but all of those straight piped headered Mustangs that go by, like this guy over here, you're telling me that my car is louder than that?
It's
that is
America.
Listen. If it makes you feel any better, my fiance, for those who don't know, she used to have a 2007 Mustang, hit and run. She got thrown into oncoming traffic.
Jesus.
I caught the fucking bitch 2 hours later. I found her. She got a newer 2012 Mustang with long tube headers,
The classic.
an X pipe, and a Roush axle back. It is the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my life. I can't, even in the Evo, I couldn't drive behind her because I'd put my car through a wall. So we leave Sonic, and I'm in her car. Might have been right after I got rid of the Evo. We get pulled over. First mistake, leaves the car on.
Always turn it off. Right away.
Always turn it off.
Second.
First off, especially if you have a loud car. If it's a regular car, fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
Especially if it's cold.
Well, turn it off anyway because the cops.
Yeah.
gonna-
Cop comes up. Your exhaust is a little loud. License and registration. So she's looking. She can't find it. She finds it. She gives it to him. He walks away. She goes, "Fuck! I forgot to give him the PBA card."
No,
So
that's it. It's over.
no,
No.
no. This dumbass.
Gets out of the car.
No, that wouldn't have been as bad. Goes like this. Now imagine this is her hand out the window on this side. Puts the PBA card like this.
Oh no!
This cop comes back and goes, "Turn the fucking shit off. I can't hear myself think." Turns it
Oh.
off. Rips the PBA card out of her hand, looks at it. He goes, "Whose fucking PBA card is it?" She goes, "It's my Uncle Sal. He's a retired Suffolk County PD." He goes, "And is this how he told you to hand a PBA card to a cop? Waving it out the window, letting everyone know I'm about to do you a favor?" Yo, at this point, I'm laughing. I'm dying hysterically. He goes, "Go home." He's like, "If I hear your car again like this, I'm gonna write you up." She goes, "Thank you," and she pulls away. Dude, I couldn't believe it. I was like, You've never given anyone a PBA card before? She's
Clearly
like, "No."
not.
I'm like, "What is wrong with you?" She's like, "How am I supposed to know that?"
Not
I'm
like it's a
"I don't
fucking
know."
napkin out the window. Like,
Excuse me.
Jesus. I got pulled over at Deer Park. I was being a fucking racer
Oh, my
hot boy.
God.
And I was
Is it
leaving
the train station?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was leaving Deer
Okay.
Park, and I ripped it out of the parking lot like a dumbass. And my car's loud. You haven't heard it yet.
No.
It's fucking loud.
Oh my god!
No.
And I saw the cop.
I did see it. I think it was right after you finished it. I saw it.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
If you want, you can stop by and see it later. Gotta go right down the block. But freaking, dude, the cop entered the parking lot. So I'm like, all right, he's on the other side. And all these kids are at the exit, of course. Like, oh, do a burnout. I'm like, so like halfway leaving out, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll just spin tires, fly out, and all of a sudden I look in my rear view. I was like, fuck. He's like 6 cars back.
Wow. Who could have foreseen this unpredictable event?
I didn't think he was gonna
man.
be in the parking lot and out that quick. So I was like,
Straight
fuck.
piped LS2
Before he even
240.
turned his lights on, I was already on the side of the road. I knew. I was like, I'm not stupid. Comes up to the door. He's like, what was that? I was like, fuck.
I'm sorry. I didn't see you.
I hand him a detective's card. He's like, throws it in my lap. He's like, don't do that in front of me again. And then walked away. I was like, oh my God.
Yo, my
That's like
one-
slap the shit out of Brendan.
Right?
one of my friends from high school, his dad and his uncle, all car guys. And they're all like lieutenants, firefighter, like they know everybody.
Yeah. Just a disclosure, we're not, telling people.
We're
to
not
do dumb
condoning
Yeah, we're not
this.
condoning doing dumb stuff.
telling you not
if
to
you
do
have
this.
a PBA card, don't do this stuff. This
Or
is
be smarter when you do it.
Yeah. Don't be a hot boy.
67 Shelby GT500 original. 2008 SRT 8 Challenger when they first came out. 2007
My kind of car.
Shelby GT500 when they first came out. Doing a $140 down the LIE, all 3 of them. They get pulled over by 2 cops. Cop walks up to his dad first in the 67. His dad hands him a box of PBA cards. 2-row box. I shit you not, the cop sat there and went through every single one of
my
them.
God.
Got to the last one, pulled it out. It was the dad's name, volunteer firefighter. Threw the box at him and says, "I don't give tickets to firemen," and walked away after like 40 minutes.
Honestly, I'll take it.
What?
It's better than everything he would have went through for the ticket.
Oh yeah.
There's only one time where I actually got caught doing a $140, and it was before I built the Evo, when it was a small turbo, 400 horsepower, when I used to street race it a lot. I took off against some Lexus at the McDonald's on Sunrise, and I see him like branch off the highway quick. I'm like, ugh. I look behind me and I see lights, not police lights, lights. And I'm like, I look down. I'm like, I'm doing $140. I look back, like they're not getting further away. I'm like, so I go to hit the 231 exit. Just my luck, there's another cop on the service road driving normal.
my
So I
God.
slam on the brakes. The other cop catches up to me. He's up my ass. Doesn't put his lights on. I said, all right, it's been a good run. I
That's when you
pulled
know
down
you're
a
fucked.
side street, put the lights on the car on, turn the hazards on, put all the windows down, take the key, throw it on the roof. I'm like, I'm going to jail. He comes up to me. He's like, how's it going? It's like 1 a.m. I'm like, I was doing good till you pulled me over. He goes, all right, license registration comes back. He goes, listen, just slow down. I was
Oh
like,
man.
God.
I didn't even give him the gate
Right?
card or anything. I was like, awesome.
Those are the best when you're ready to go to jail or get your car impounded. I would know, and they just let you go. They just go home, please.
I got pulled over on Sunrise. We started at McDonald's, and a G35 pulled up next to me. I was in the Mazda.
Everyone that
and
has a G35 thinks it's a GTR. So
he was keeping up with me though.
In Japan, they
We
are.
hit a buck
Yeah,
60,
basically.
like a buck 60, buck 55.
I'm surprised your Miata went $160.
It was a Miata Mazda Speed, all right.
This
Sad.
story is sounding more and more fake as we
No,
go.
it was fucking bad though, because he comes up to my car because he pulled us over. He didn't clock us though. I guess he saw us on 109, and I guess he was up there. He's like, "Do you know how fast I was going to catch up to you guys?" I was like,
No.
I was doing like 120. I was like, "We're going faster than that."
well then,
And then
How
he's
much of a head start did I get?
like, not a good one apparently.
Good one.
He pulled us over by Atlantic Nissan. That's how far we went, and we were flying the entire time.
Wait, so you were flying through the lights? You're talking?
No, we already passed the light. It was like right past McDonald's,
okay,
and
I
then
got
all the
you.
way to
Yeah,
Atlantic Nissan. And then
okay.
he's like, "How fast are you going?" I was like, "I pulled a
Couldn't
bullshit
call
number,
it.
like 90 to 100." He pulled me and the other guy over, and then he's like, well, "The guy said you're doing 100 behind you." I was like, nah, fine,
I
whatever.
said 90 to 100.
Better than 160. And then of course he gave me a summons and everything. That fucked my license. But that was over 3 years ago. That was like,
Yeah, after I think it's 18 months.
it's gone.
It's either 18 months or 3 years. I forget.
I think it's 3 years.
You lose all the points and the tickets. Then
Yeah.
it falls off. Yeah.
So that was like over
then it's
3
just
years
a
ago.
nice fine.
That shit sucked. I think that it's you should tell us about your civic race
Oh,
that I
yeah.
really want to know about.
We'll end it on that one.
Nah, we got more time.
Yeah, we got
But so I go to Edison. I'm on street tires. I didn't have slicks then. And Chris Mohan, he's a bittersweet guy. If you're not friends with him, you're gonna hate his guts. But I was friends with him at this point, and he's a hustler. He's a street racer. And thank God he's actually still alive. He actually flipped his, he was driving someone's Mustang in a street race, and he flipped it 3 times into a scrapyard, ripped the motor tranny out, and he walked away from that.
Jesus.
So he used to have a couple cars that he used to talk for his group. He was a quick talker, quick hustler. And he comes up to me, he goes, "Remy, you want to run today?" I said, at first I was like, "Nah, I'm just here to enjoy my day." He goes, "All right." He's like, and he keeps pushing me. I said, "You know what?" His uncle had the brand new Viper when it came out, the orange one with the Florida plates that you might have seen
I've never seen
everywhere. So they wanted me to race that. I said, "All right, fuck it. I'll race it heads up. Fuck it. Why not? We'll race heads up on East Street." He goes, "Okay." Then next thing you know, the uncle didn't want to race the Viper. So he goes back to he leaves. Chris gets a call, comes up to me, "Remy," because they knew my car. "You want to race the 300C?" I'm like, "The nitrous one?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Heads up?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "All right, fuck it, I'll race it." He goes, comes back 5 minutes later, he goes, "We're out of nitrous." So at this point, this is already going on for maybe 45 minutes. I say, and I'm with a bunch of my friends who were also, they're racers and they were talking too. And I said, "You know what? Fuck this shit." I said, I'm done. I'm not racing. I said, "Steve, my buddy," I said, "You fucking talk to him." I said, "I'm done." 10 minutes later, somehow I got roped into a race against a Civic on radials. That was their radials, not radials.
He had a car, right?
It was a turbo Honda, and they switched it to slicks.
I saw them change the tires on it too.
Well, we knew they were changing tires, but they
Okay.
said it was radials. 3 in the leave. First off,
Oh, he had 3?
3 in the
I
leave.
thought he just had 1.
No, there's 3 in the leave.
Jesus
First
Christ.
off, if you can't at least race with a heads up with the brake or at least one car heads up, don't fucking race.
No, but I need 3.
That's my entire thing.
Right.
I wouldn't waste my time, but I didn't negotiate this.
Yeah, you were just like, fuck it.
So for those who don't know, a brake is when they get the jump. So as soon as they move, I can move. A leave is the flagger signals both. He has to walk past the front door of the front car. Okay?
Okay.
That's the leave. Then he could leave, and then I could leave. It's almost like a brake, just worse. Which I, once again, never would have agreed to. So I line up also on street tires, which means my car is going to spin a little off the line. So they flagged the race. The flagger, because they're hustlers, didn't even make it to the front door.
Oh my
And the
Lord.
Civic left. Then he looked at me, and it's my own fault. I could have sat there, and I would have been fine. We would have reran it, or we would have called it a jump. I left, and it chases a race. Chased them all the way down, and I think he probably had like 7 cars on me by the time I left,
Yeah, I saw. I remember watching.
and I
that.
lost by like a fender.
That's all I remember was I saw him take off, and I was like,
What's he doing?
"Go!" And then 3 seconds later, you left. I was like, "Ah, fuck!" And everybody was like, "Oh, Remy almost caught him, but he lost." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "That was like," I think it's like one of the last street races that like I actually watched.
Yeah.
To be honest, because I just haven't gone to them ever since. It's just not worth it. It's
Well,
not worth tickets. It's not worth getting.
I actually, I
Shit,
don't know if
car
you
accidents.
know this, but I moved
Yeah, I
like
know.
2 weekends ago.
No, I don't know that. I thought you moved a while ago.
I'm 2 blocks from Edison.
Oh, are you?
I can hear them out my window. I made a post the other night. I'm like, who's testing on East Street? It's
Oh,
like,
man.
I hear you. But East Street has never been a big street that I like to race on. And I think part of that day when I raced, the only reason I race is because I said I will not go down this street unless I have left lane. Because I think the right lane is just scary.
It is. You're like right by the fence and the sidewalk, and
Every time I've raced on that street, I have said I will not go down it unless you give me left lane. Because I just think it's sketchy. And
It's a
even
really,
that-
it's a really
it's
main
uneven,
road too,
too.
which sucks. Like a lot of cars come down it.
yeah. At night,
depending
it's
on-
not
yeah,
as
at
bad.
night, it's not as
Yeah.
bad.
And
I just think it's like the right lane is one. It's uneven as hell, and then on parts of it, it's like sloped a little
And
bit.
they put
so
rumble strips on it now too, which I mean really doesn't
That
do
does-
You don't
much.
feel.
Yeah.
That doesn't stop anybody.
Matt, have you ever heard anybody racing down Edison right here
All the time.
all the time?
All the time. And I'll get out of here sometimes at like 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, and they'll still be going.
Yeah, that's
Shit
us.
like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. They don't really bother anybody, you know what I mean?
The best is when I see like people who don't know what to do when they see everyone and they're like, and they stop in the middle of the road. I'm like, fucking go!
Yeah,
You're gonna
keep
get
going,
hit.
yeah.
Don't stop. Stupid
Idiots.
shit.
Yeah, no, and sometimes it's a lot of cars, too.
Yeah, no,
Like
it's
20
that's-
cars. Like,
yeah, that's
That's when you know
Sunday
it's not
fun day.
organized.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
I mean, if it's a lot of cars, like, I mean, like, a shit ton of cars.
Mohan kind of runs that, and he's pretty organized. As weird as it sounds when it comes to that, because the good thing with Edison is there's a lot of places to park,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
you don't have to worry about it. And then the 2 or 3 busiest streets where people usually come down are usually right where everyone parks, and you could stop the cars from going.
Yeah.
Or you see them and right before the start, and you could stop the race and let them go. You know.
Yeah.
But a lot of the big races are out east now. But even that street's really hot. Yeah. There's a lot of guys that are testing right now.
Oh yeah, true. It's that season.
Well, no, we got a team going down to Memphis for the Memphis Street
So.
Outlaws.
Oh really?
Jesus.
Nice.
Yep. There's 7 small tire cars and 15 big tire cars. Good friends of mine, Team Shitbox, No Boost, all those guys they're going for small tire, a couple of big tire cars. Hopefully, New York's going to be represented well.
Yeah.
But should be good. I was actually supposed to go with my father-in-law. He has a 61 Pro Street Corvette. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah, most likely.
He was supposed to race, but we ended up not doing it because we go to Cruise Week in Ocean City in the May.
Yeah.
And it would have just been too much for us to do 2 vacations like that. Because for Memphis, you're taking a week off of work to drive down
that's
there,
far.
trailer the car. We got 2 days testing. It's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
Cruise week seems really cool.
It's better than H2O.
Yeah, H2. There's no way there's gonna be another H2O after last year. It was bad.
Last year was bad enough to where I'm pretty sure they're gonna move it to a
to the
different
point where
state.
they're
It
shooting.
already did got moved.
Yeah.
But last year was canceled and they still showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if people show up, like, don't get me wrong, like, they make a lot of money from H2O, like the town, but at the same time, it's like, do we risk like our town being known for like the spot where like idiot kids come and do dumb stuff?
Yeah, but at the same time, we do that for Cruise Week. But there's a difference.
There's a difference. They're
They're not
they're
18-year-old
race
kids.
car, like not even
No,
race
they
cars.
are.
I mean, the quantity is a lot less. It's not.
No, it's the same amount. It's just the
I think H2O was a shit show probably compared to fucking Cruise Week though. It's just
The thing with
retardation
us
going
is
around.
that there's a lot of burnouts, especially what is it? The south side where it's like the tight streets. That's what I like to call the madhouse because people have hoses and they hose the street down for burnout boxes. During Cruise Week, but the thing with us is at night we go outside the city. We meet up at Walmart,
All right.
plan our races, and I'm talking like Dave and Buster's Day packed parking lot
At Walmart.
at Walmart.
That's cool.
And then we all go out, and there's a line of about 200 cars, and we all go to the race.
Yeah, no, then that doesn't happen at an H2O.
Doesn't happen here anymore either. But then again, at
That's
H2O,
true.
you got a bunch of slam cars. What are they going to race?
It's true.
First one that
I mean,
cracks their oil
that-
pan?
Yeah, exactly.
me driving my Miata to work every day, wondering when it's gonna happen.
What are you going to do with your car?
I don't know. What do you mean? Like future plans?
Yeah.
I want to track it. I want to drift it, but
So you want to crash it into a wall? Is
that's
you're
what I
saying?
don't want to do. At the same time, I would like to do like time attack.
If you drift, you're going to crash it.
I know. That's what I'm really scared
With
about.
$3,000 wheels.
Four.
Four-
Eight
But
price.
You don't use those wheels.
Yeah, no, I'd get fucking drift spares. I don't know. I want to track it, but then I need to do some crazy aero on that car because it needs some downforce to it.
I think
'cause
you should continue building it into a show car.
You should drag race it.
I'm just getting bored because I want to do dumb shit with it.
Drag race it.
No,
Drag race it?
that'd be pretty cool to see.
By the way, I have a big block for sale.
Let's take my LS out and throw a fucking big block in it. I don't know.
We
I
can
don't know
give
what
you
I'm
a
gonna
discount if you're willing to give us the LS.
No, it's too. I'm broke. I can't be doing this shit. I got so much more shit to do to that car. It's not even funny.
Damn it.
But I don't know. I don't know what my plans are. I want to track it. People keep telling me to do it, but it's like it's gonna get fucked.
It's just because it's a 240. Because it's a 240, everyone thinks it
Can you
needs
track
to be
it on the
tracked.
island?
Where though?
No, that's my question.
Yeah, no. I'd have to
You would have to
drive
go-
it out to fucking Jersey.
No, you
or
can't
something.
drive. You have to trailer it.
Yeah.
I know, but that's another problem. I don't have a truck.
Well, that's the whole thing with my Evo that killed me was all the driving with it is, drive to the track. Yeah, I blast down the track, do a 10.5, but
But it's the wear
and I could drive.
It's
I could
the
drive
wear and
home,
tear,
but
though.
eventually, at some
Yeah,
point,
it's the wear and
tear.
Yeah, I don't want to be on the side of the fucking like some road in Jersey and be
With
like,
a $400 tow bill.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. No thanks. And I don't afford that. And then if something blows,
But then
fucked.
at the same time, you're also putting money to someone to trailer it with a trailer and all that.
So I'm just gonna drive it around. That's pretty much all I can do. I've just
Honestly,
been driving it around.
Burger
I think-
City.
No,
Yeah, that's
I haven't.
about it.
I got pulled over at Burger City, and I haven't gone since. It was a girl cop. She hopped the curb, came after me. I left normal, like just driving down Hempstead Turnpike. She pulls me. I go
With
into
open headers.
my car's fucking loud. Not as loud as probably your girlfriend's fucking Mustang fiance, but I was driving. I pull into the Arby's parking lot to try and like get away from her. She pulls me
Yeah,
over.
you're getting food. Yeah, I know.
She
We've
pulls-
all been there.
Yeah, I
that's-
tried. I tried. I failed horribly. She pulled me over in the drive-thru. I was like, "Fuck!" And
Close
I was like, "Do you
enough.
want me to back up, get out of the drive-thru?" She's like, "Stay." I was like, and,
Don't move.
She's like, "Is this your car?" I was like,
Now, at this point, is it rude to eat your food after you get pulled over, or
"I didn't.
do
even,
you let your food get cold?
I didn't even make it to the window yet. That's what sucked. Like, I didn't even make it to the speaker." And then she's like, "Are you sure this is your car?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" She's like, "It's not registered to you." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "This is my car." I was like, "I just bought the registration like a week ago. I just renewed it and everything." She goes back again, comes back again. She's like, oh, the person with 2 U's in their license plate, because I have 3 in skirt. She's like, the person with 2 didn't register their car again. I was like, okay, so why?
No way.
I was like, really? She's like,
Oh my!
I was like,
God.
okay. So she's like, well, that guy's a scumbag. You're good to go. And then I pulled in the drive-through because I was already in it. I was like, can I have a chocolate shake?
No
And the
way.
guy's like, I saw that whole thing.
God.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they issue 2 plates like that.
Right?
Well,
Well, I
there's-
guess it doesn't matter.
There's a skirt with 1 U. There's 2 U's. There's
you
3
gotta,
U's.
You gotta find out.
When
who
I
they
first
are.
got that plate, a guy hit me up on Instagram with like a Dodge Neon. He's like, oh, you're copying my license plate, blah, blah, blah. I was like, bro, you don't even have the original, first of all. Secondly,
Someone
what are you skirting in a freaking Dodge Neon? It's front wheel drive. I was like, I don't know you. I don't care. He had like 400 followers. I had the same amount of time. So it's not like I was like, oh,
Oh, I'm
who
sorry,
are
you're
you?
too famous now.
No, but it's not like you're like this crazy guy that anyone fucking knows. I think
I
he was
got-
upstate too. Like who? I don't
When
know
I
who the
got
fuck
rid
you
of
are.
my Hungry SRT plates and I went back to regular plates, someone messaged me asking me if they could like buy the rights to my plate, and I was like, why the fuck would you want that? I was like-
$500.
I was like, yeah, you want to?
You guys see my license plate on the truck?
No,
what
what
is
is it?
Still buy by SCI.
Is it? Oh my god!
Any super can get it to the 8th. From
Damn. Damn.
Mr. Evo.
Oh my god.
Those
I don't wanna
barbecues
talk
were
about
good too. Your car barbecues.
Yo, this year's
Even-
gonna be lit.
You're gonna
I
do
never
it
had a
this year?
car every time I went to them.
Well, I'm telling you right now, this
let me
year
know.
I have
let me know.
a
Show up.
huge backyard now at the new place and a nice patio, fire pit area. It's gonna be fun.
My car might actually make it this time. The last time I went, I had to walk
I know
to work
it's
right
such a
after.
far drive for you.
It is.
Oh,
I
man.
don't think my car will make it. Back in the day, it probably wouldn't have. Probably would have been fucking like all the way there.
Actually, I think you did pull up to my house and there was something wrong with your car.
Yeah,
Of course.
he walked
Dude, there was
first.
something wrong with that car once a week, so it would have been a surprise. And people still complain that there's an LS in it. And I was like, it gets me around now, so like, fuck off. Like, oh, you should have kept the SR20. I was like, dude, smoke was pouring out of
For
it.
what? So I could have issues with it
Yeah,
24/7?
exactly. So I could be
Right.
dumping the same amount of money.
I don't know anyone with an SR20 that doesn't have issues.
Because it's a fucking grenade. It has the pin pulled and it's just, it's something's ready to go. I don't have anything against them. I think they're like iconic and cool, but it's like, it's not worth my time and energy and money to keep it in my car. Especially when the LS is fucking beastly. And it hasn't had a single problem since I put it in.
I miss my car.
You're a truck guy now. And you're a Ford truck.
It's so sad not having a
I'm gonna
car.
feel the same way when I don't have my charger.
How much
I-
did you get for it when you got rid of it? If you don't mind saying.
I got, let's see, I took it to eSpec in Deer Park because they do all my work, and I trust them with my heart in their hands.
I know that.
I got, what I get? I got $11,000 cash plus stock, the car put back to stock. So I sold everything for $11K, which not even close,
Yeah.
but it's not bad.
Yeah.
And then I got was it 17 for the car. So I made $28,000, which if I tried to sell it on the private market, I could have posted it at 35 the way it's at. Probably would have sat there for a couple months.
Yeah.
Someone would have.
And then eventually would have offered me 30. And then I probably would have sold it for 30. And then I'd have to watch someone drive around and beat
In
up
your
people
car.
in my car,
Yeah.
which I did not
Don't
want
want.
happening.
Yeah. That's happened to one of my friends. She got a new car and sold her. She had a stage 2 GTI. Really nice too. And I told her like unless she's gonna like
Oh, you're talking about Haley?
yeah. I told her not to sell it on Long
You know
Island.
how many times she posts her old car?
That's what I'm saying.
on
I
her
was like, I literally
story?
told her like, don't sell it
was-
on Long Island. You're gonna regret it, and she does because the guy lives in Lindenhurst. Actually, I see him all the time, and I'm like, that sucks because now every time she thinks about that car, it's literally like 20 minutes away. I would when I sell my car, I hope that they bring it to auction. I never want to see that car on Long Island. I will be so
Yeah,
upset.
my car went to auction.
Yeah.
If you have a Cosmic Blue 2013 Evo that you bought in an auction,
Let
it
me
has
know.
70,000 miles on the car. The motor has 11. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Sorry for any of the wear and tear on everything.
Sorry
else.
for any other issues you have.
Did you see the because the Team Shitbox? Did you see the fastest car thing on Netflix yet or no?
No.
Yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah.
You haven't seen it? He was who was he racing? Team Solomon or whatever?
Oh, how we didn't know how to do launch control. And
No, not even that. Freaking Type in after that. Type in Team Shitbox. I was so upset. I was so happy. I was like, dude, he's gonna fucking wreck everyone. And
Well, do you? Oh,
nah, they don't even have it. But I mean, that's his car, the first one. But
that's cash day. Oh wait, no, came all the way. Crashes then makes a comeback. Huh.
I didn't know that.
No, he crashed in OKC. He did a cash days in OKC, and he crashed. I didn't know he crashed in Texas, but now it's kind
You
of.
want me to play it or no?
Nah, don't.
No,
play
don't
it.
worry about it.
But-
Well, do you know the story behind that race?
I know that Team Solomon jumped hard, like super
Well, so did
stupid hard.
So did Lance.
because he chased.
But did you know they reran it?
Did they rerun it?
Yes.
Who won?
Because in all the
Lance won.
Did he?
did he? Because all the other episodes, the rules were if a car jumps, then you get to rerun it. If he jumps again, that car's disqualified.
There's a
and
whole-
then his episode, he's like, if a car jumps, it's disqualified.
It's the only
it's-
episode. They both jumped, and here's the thing: they reran it. Lance has posted the video. They reran it, and Lance won. And that was one of the things that was a big deal because it's like first off, Lance was at a disadvantage for being on an unprepped road. Like
Yeah, that was every other road was like a perfect like strip, and then they went all the what was it
He's
out
fucked.
east, right?
Yeah, they were
there's like all the
Caperton.
grass and shit in the middle of the strip. So that was definitely a huge disadvantage.
Lance is a good guy. Lance has been around for quite some time street racing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, him and Tyler have the little rival. Damn, I can't
Rivalry?
talk. Yeah,
There we
they've
go.
had it for a while, and now they're both going to Memphis, and they're helping each other out, which is nice to see.
I think Tyler's gonna have a really big year this year. Now that everything's like together for the most part.
Ha. Those two
No.
couldn't get a race with anyone but themselves,
Seriously?
dude. Everyone's scared of them.
I mean, that fucking Camaro was out. I was watching it. I was like, damn.
See, like that's the thing with like my car. Before I got rid of it, I couldn't get a race. The only
True.
people I could get a race with
Or
are
other Evos, basically.
no, not even that, or
just
just
Civic with three cars.
I feel like it was just other
or
E-spec
it's
guys,
you know
right?
Tyler and Lance calling me out.
Oh, okay, true.
You know, like cars like that where it's like I'm not gonna do much.
Yeah, because he kept up with he almost caught the SV, the Lambo. So, and that thing's
Yeah,
how much horsepower that thing's pushing, and it's a
Slow.
Lambo. I know, but still, like he chased him and he pretty much caught him.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to Team Salomon.
I don't either.
I've heard
But
a lot of things about him, but
Did you-
wasn't he talking about your car or was it Nick's car?
I was just gonna bring that up. Did you ever see that video?
Yeah.
You saw that video, right?
Which
It was
one?
import alliance. No, it was like import day or whatever at the Penny
Team
Saver.
Salomon loved.
He was taking videos of my car and he's like, "Oh, the license plate, skirt." And then his I guess his wife was like,
Hoochie Mama.
she was reading my sticker on the side where it says "Shut up, I fucking got this." But the way she said it, she was like, "Shut up, I fucking got this." No, you don't, bitch. You want me to show you?
No, it's
No,
okay.
it's so bad.
I don't know.
And then he fucked up reading it too.
Oh,
It's
my
like, "Shut
goodness.
up, I."
He's a divorce lawyer.
Yeah, I know.
Is he- oh,
So
there
you
goes.
go.
That's a lot of money right there.
There you go.
All I remember from like hearing like that video when he was on fastest cars or whatever was that he didn't know how to launch his car. He actually like looked it up at the light of how to launch the Lambo.
Yeah, it's in the video.
Yeah.
A lot of
I
people don't. The episode before that was a Huracan. The kid, he was renting it because I guess he's like a famous photographer and people just rent him out
Yeah.
crazy cars.
Must
Oh.
be nice.
I don't know, I forgot his name.
Zumi?
No. This guy's like, I think he was out in Cali or something.
Oh.
And
Never heard of him.
yeah, no, I don't know his name. But,
Zumi's probably the nicest
and he was
person you could ever
YouTubing
meet.
everything. I never met him.
Really super nice guy.
I'll introduce you one day. He's like a brother.
Oh no, wait, I've seen him before.
He's
but
like
I've
a
never
brother to
personally
me.
met him.
He's such a great guy.
He's been at one of your barbecues, right?
Yeah,
so
he
I've
was at
seen
my
him. I never
birthday.
met him though.
He was at my birthday barbecue. He was taking pictures and shit. But that was back when Nikki Shine was still on the island.
Oh yeah.
It's
Nikki's married and pregnant right now.
I was gonna say like the last time I like saw anything about Nikki, she had she bought like a 350 or a 370 or something like that, and then she wrapped it pink also. That was the last time I saw.
She was still in
anything-
Florida for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, she had
yeah.
moved already.
Wait, she's not in Florida anymore?
No, she still is.
Oh, yeah,
She's
yeah.
married now.
Jesus Christ!
I don't think I'd be able
The
to
last
ever
time
just
I
move out of state
actually
like that.
saw her was like right after I got the Charger, and it was at like a, it was actually like at a Sunday morning at Old Dave and Buster's.
Cars and Coffee.
Yeah, and it was like right after I got the Charger,
Yeah.
we were all just chilling.
Actually,
the
I think
last time I saw her, that was it. After that, it was like a
That was
couple
my
months
birthday.
later. It probably it
Because
probably
she was parked next to me.
It
Yeah,
probably
my
was.
birthday.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Once I get my car back, everything stops. I literally, my car was off the road for 2 years. Everything crazy's going on. Get my car back, nothing. I can't go to any. There's nothing to do.
My car's been gone for like 7 months, and I'm
Do you cry about it every night?
just a little. not when it comes to the car meets.
Not the
I
meets,
honestly
but
don't
just
care.
like the
And
car.
I'm not gonna lie. The only thing better than having a car at my Sonic meet is having a truck to sit on the tailgate.
And I actually have a seat.
Right.
Remy has a picture of his car and his like wallet, and he takes it out every time he gets in his truck. And he's like, I could never sell my car. Everyone's like, well, everybody at my job, because nobody knows shit about cars. Like, how much you have put into your shitty Nissan? I was like 40,000. They're like, you're stupid. Like, I mean, I guess
You're almost at half of what I had.
with half the horsepower. See, there you go.
Well, the problem with me was I bought a brand new Evo, and
Yeah.
that's where I messed up. Is
My car was shit.
Ah, man.
It's not even that. Like the Evo 10s didn't have like the same motor that all of the previous Evos had. They were not as easily moddable. And it's just I don't know.
Pricey.
Our motors are better.
Then an LS?
Can't compare it to that.
Yeah, that's
Like, I wanna
completely
build-
different engines.
Like when I get back into it, I'm gonna build a Mustang, probably with a LS or a Coyote if I can find one for cheap.
Burn him
Good
at
luck.
the stake.
Good luck. Yeah.
Burn
Good
him
luck.
at the
Good
stake.
luck.
Burn
finding a
him.
Coyote. That's not freaking.
You can't talk shit to an LS swapped Mustang. Everybody's doing it.
Mustang Kyle.
You just throw a turbo on it.
That thing was a Corvette chassis.
You're right.
So
You're
it's
right. It's basically a Corvette, just
with a,
It's basically a Corvette with a Mustang body.
Yeah.
Now, see that you could burn.
but it looks cool as hell. So nobody
does, it
flamed
does.
him, which makes no
it's
sense.
because it's unique. It's unique.
I
that's
guess.
all
What
it
car?
is.
What car is this?
It's Mustang Kyle.
Oh my god! I don't want to talk about it.
You want to talk about it?
I don't want to talk
Oh,
about
okay.
it. I want to burn that car to the ground.
Really? Why?
I just think it's so stupid.
I've only seen it.
Did you see his post the other day?
No.
No, what happened?
He's gonna make it a wagon.
No. Okay, we're done with this now.
We're
So let's move on to
we're-
something
we're-
else.
Matt, type in Mustang Kyle.
He cut off the roof because I think he was updating the car for safety, and
You can go to images.
he backed it up so the back of the
my
of the
Lord.
Mustang was laying and it looked like a wagon. He's like, I didn't mean to do this, but I think I'm gonna keep it this way. I was like,
No.
Where does
I
he
mean-
live? What state?
I don't know.
I
I mean, the
don't
car
remember.
itself is really cool, man. Like, I get it. It's original.
But driving that all the way.
Dude, he leaves
Metal
that car
seats.
out in the snow uncovered.
Like that?
Yeah. You've never seen the picture of his car covered in snow?
It's ridiculous.
He just doesn't care.
I mean, fuck it.
See, the thing with me is you don't put an. Oh, you said this
Zoomy.
was you said this was a Chevy Corvette chassis.
Corvette chassis and LS1, I think.
Pull up the picture of the motor right there.
I'm pretty sure it's an LS1.
You just-
to the left.
to left.
But yeah, left.
Keep going.
One more.
One more.
You just don't put a Chevy motor in a Mustang. An old
But
Mustang.
it is technically not a Mustang.
It's basically a Mustang shell, and
It should
everything
be
else is
Corvette Kyle.
Corvette Kyle.
Sir, your VIN number says Corvette.
Oh yeah, true. How does he?
See, that was one of the big issues with doing like LS swaps. Like, what year's your car?
91.
Yeah, so you pass
Yeah.
inspection.
No one gives a shit. They don't even know.
I want a new Edge
It's
Mustang.
what is it? It's a 2006 GTO
What's-
motor, right?
What?
2006 GTO.
To 2005. But yeah, same shit. What's the rule though? It's like there's a law. It's like you have to have an engine swap newer than your car.
No, it's 25 years for OBD. I think it's 25 or 20. So as of
like
right
that.
now, it's 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So that would mean 2000 up to 2003. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I looked it up. When it comes to an OBD for a New York State inspection, they could have changed it too. I don't know, but you do not have to plug in the OBD for the inspection. It's safety
safety
only,
and- yeah, safety
which
only.
is the car runs
Well, yeah, that's what they do
Yeah.
for my
type of
car.
thing. But
Yeah,
for if
basically.
you have like a 2004, because it's under the year, and you have an LS swap, you have to plug in the OBD. The problem is with the OBD is you have to put the VIN number in for the car,
Yeah.
and then when you
Which
put that
it
VIN
doesn't
number in,
match.
it's not going to match up to the computer.
Yep. Because the OBD
That's
is going
annoying.
from the motor, but the VIN's going from the car.
Do you
What do you
remember-
do in that situation? You fucked?
Supposedly, from what I've
Yeah,
heard,
basically.
is you have to carry around like the original computers, and you have to splice the wires the correct way. But the problem is when you're talking like, do you remember JDM Killer, Mark False? He had a black New Edge Mustang with a LS and a 98 millimeter turbo.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
but
You
that
remember
sounds
this
crazy.
car? He used to be at Deer Park train station. That was his problems because when you're talking about a car like that, you have a standalone management system. Can't get that inspected. So he would have to switch back to the regular one, but at the same time, it's like driving the car is impossible. Well, it's not. It is impossible, and that's part of the reason why he took the car apart and got rid of it is because he couldn't never get the car inspected.
That's annoying.
And the problem too is after 2 years of not getting inspected, because you know you could buy a sticker.
Again,
If you don't
disclaimer.
inspect the car for 2 years, your registration can't be renewed.
Oh, really?
They won't allow you to. The DMV says, come here with the car inspected type of deal. Like
Yeah,
it has to
true.
get run through the machine inspected.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it, but that's also why my car's a 91, so I ain't got any problems. How many miles were on it last year? Done. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
$10,
much.
call it a day.
Yeah, that too. You don't have to pay 35 because it's only safety.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. That's why
Back in the day, they used to do the dyno inspections.
for older cars?
For all inspections.
all
yeah.
inspections?
All inspections used to run off a dyno machine.
Damn.
I shit you not. I only know this because when I used to work at Ford, we had an old truck came in, and for whatever reason, we had to run it through smog. So you put it in the tailpipe, throw it on the machine, and it was a stick shift too. It's like playing. You remember Helicopter?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Oh my god.
There's 2 lines, and you have to keep it in the RPM throughout the entire thing. It
That's
takes
so
like
weird.
15, 20 minutes to do, and it's so this.
I never heard of this.
We used to do this guy. He was fucking a nut job. So he has the car on the machine, and we're talking like a 1983 Ranger or some stupid shit like that. And he's banging these gears like hard. Like you think this guy was at a drag strip trying to go fucking eights
Was
down
the
the
owner
track.
in, like watching this? Oh, okay, good. I would be pissed.
Ba, ba, ba. I think the first time he got like 10 minutes in, and I think he missed a gear. And the problem is when you do that, you have to start over.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
So he starts over, still banging gears. He's in 3rd gear. He goes to bang 4th gear. Fucking shifter snapped. No, the thing flew off in his hand, threw the truck in reverse.
Oh.
Threw it back off the dyno into a cart with all parts on it and fucking crashed through everything. Dude, it was fucking, I was laughing my ass off.
Was he fired?
No.
Jesus.
Fired.
What happened with the car? The owner? Like,
Actually, nothing happened. It actually, it snapped the brake line when it did that. And we had to fix it for free.
what about the
obviously.
transmission? That shit kept
No,
fucked.
it was fine.
Dyno's fine after that too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn. I would be like, I want a new truck.
Right.
Stories from inside shops. They're just
Horrible.
I have so many stories, man. And not like when it comes to like cars. They're not bad. It's just mechanics, you know. Even me, we do stupid shit. We don't think.
Yeah.
Like this guy, his first week on the job, he brought a landscaping truck in. You're not supposed to go in through the front door of the shop. We have diesel lifts on the back side. You're supposed to use those because if you can make it through the front, can't make it through the back. So he does whatever he does. He goes to drive it through the back, and you have the truck, and then they had 2 poles. Fucking takes out the whole back fucking door because the pole just clips it, and the whole thing
my
comes
God.
down.
I have
Nice.
My friend Gabe worked at Audi, so he has a lot of stupid stories of like customers coming in And you can imagine like richer people. Obviously, they don't know jack shit.
No, it's not them. It's everyone.
Everyone.
They're just
Everyone.
stupid.
She's like, "Oh, my car's making a noise." He opens the trunk. There's a tennis ball going back and forth.
Oh my
Like, how do you not think that? Like,
The problem is too is you have stupid service advisors.
Yeah, true. Like, oh,
So I have a lady. She calls in to the service advisor and says, what did she say? She said, my blinker's not working. He said, what about your other one? She said, it's not, they're both not working. He goes, oh no. He said, do you remember your hand signals from driver's ed? You know?
wait, why? What the hell?
She goes, no. He called a tow truck for her.
oh my god,
Car came in on a tow truck.
Oh my
It's just
god.
stupid shit.
just
like
drive
that.
without your fucking blinkers for fucking 10 seconds,
Jesus.
or just use your damn hand signals. It's not that hard.
It's probably during the day
That's
too. I
right.
bet. It's just stupid shit happens, man. That's what happens.
Matt, when's the last time your car had an oil change?
Like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
You're lying to me. No,
Yeah, no.
KP, who we work with, he's like, dude, I don't remember the last time. I was like, you should probably check that.
That'll total your car, right? If
I
you don't
mean-
get an oil change for like a year or
Well,
something
you
like
could
that.
be dripping oil. You could be like burning oil also, so you
There's
might have
so many
nothing
things
in
that
it.
could happen. You'll lock up the motor.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think one of my friends just never got an oil change and his car just completely shut down. Like,
my dad is the king of fucking not getting an oil change. 4.0 liter straight 6 Jeep motor just keeps adding fucking oil to that.
Oh my god.
Is it dripping?
Nope.
Burning?
Dude, those fucking Jeeps, he's had 4 of them. Not a single one has ever died,
Because it's a inline 6. Those things are fucking beasts.
but he's never done an oil change.
Jesus. America.
so you're saying I don't have to get an oil change?
If you have a Jeep.
no.
You
change your
get
oil.
an oil. Get an
Don't
oil
go by
change.
that.
Get an oil change.
My friend Jodell, he just finished his 240, and he like just spent so much money on this like OEM kit and everything, like several $1,000s. And it came out nice though,
Tiebacks.
but I'm like, he has no below minimum, no fucking oil in the car.
And it's a turbo now?
Nah,
No, it's NA.
It's NA. Zero fucking oil in the car. And he wants to buy the 1 quart of oil at AutoZone. I was like, dude, you're buying the $32 fucking jug. Shut up. And then he's like, well, I want Valvoline because Ryan Turk uses it. I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, your car has 100 horsepower. So I grabbed them fucking Pennzoil. I was like, you're putting this in your car. It's high mileage. Your car is shot. And then we're doing like all the oil and everything. He's like, do we really have to do this? I'm like, do you want to spend thousands of dollars on your car and not drive it? I was like, because
It's gonna happen.
That would be me. That's part of the reason why I got rid of the Evo too. Was not oil, not oil.
oil is too expensive.
Yeah, but it started a year before I got rid of it. Right before 2016 Cruise Week. That's when everything just went downhill from there. Nothing on my shop's part. Nothing on eSpec's fault. Just bad luck. It started with sending out my transmission because it had fucking over 100 launches on it. And
I know you ripped through clutches.
No, I didn't.
No, really?
Clutch lasted a long time. It was a twin disc too. Stock T case for life too. But
Must be nice.
sent out the tranny and FedEx lost it.
Oh.
How the fuck do you lose a transmission?
150-pound transmission.
Yeah, bullshit. It's in one of their fucking backyards.
Gone. Well, we put it in a Shep transmission box. I bet you they thought there was a GTR tranny and they stole it. So
Sold on the
I got a
black
stock
market.
tranny for free from Urkel because as a long-time customer, I do a lot for his shop. I bring a lot of business in. Even now, I try to send him as much as I can. And we put the car on pump gas because I drive down the Cruise Week.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm driving down the Cruise Week for the 5-hour drive, my check engine light goes off. That's how I knew something was wrong.
Oh, fuck.
So we get down there, and the car is just burning oil, like a lot. So I threw the slicks on.
What any normal person would do. I threw
normal
slicks
person
on it.
Would do on their one vacation a year is throw slicks on it, and you cruise that fucking strip, and you at least get 1 kill on it.
Oh my god.
Before it explodes.
Killed the CTSV Shelby on pump gas at 500 horsepower because that car was a monster, especially with the slicks on because they were smaller rims. Then I drove it out of the city for a street race. We did a lot of driving. nothing. And then I started slowing down halfway through the week, and I kept dumping oil in it. So we bring it back, and I told him, like, listen, something's wrong. Dropped it off. Actually, did I drop it off first? He's like, no. I went to him, and he said, let's wait until the transmission comes back. Should be back soon. You know, because I want to know. We'll do it all together. Because I was pretty sure the turbo seal went. It was a 67, 66, and it's actually like a 6-year-old turbo at that point because I bought it used and we redid it.
With 1,000 runs on it.
Yeah. 2,000. So I drive the car to work because it's my only car. 40-minute drive in traffic. And I take Ocean Parkway home. And a couple kids in a Mustang come up next to me.
I don't know.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh wait, I think is this the video when it blows up or
No. I'll get to that. There's that too. So these kids in the Mustang come up next to me and they want to race, and we're on that 3-lane straightaway just after Montauk Parkway. I fucking go from third. I go to bang fourth, and it goes, and I'm just sitting there, and the shifter's just laying there, not in gear, nothing. I'm like,
Tranny went.
fuck. That's what I thought. So I pull. So I go to pull. So I'm trying to figure it out, and I literally banged one gear, and I put like 6 cars on this stock Mustang. They come up next to me with their video cameras out there, like, do it again. I'm like, get the fuck out of the way. I gotta pull over. So I pull over. I can't figure out what's wrong. I thought maybe like one of the pins fell out and the connector came out, whatever. So I call the tow truck on Ocean Parkway, $200 to hook up.
Yep.
Don't ever brake on a parkway. So they pick me up. As I'm getting put on the tow truck, Urkel calls me. He goes, oh, Remy, your tranny's here. I need you to pay for it. All right, I'll be there in 40 minutes with a trailer. What do you mean a trailer? I think I broke the stock tranny you gave me for free. Because he was going to take it back once my new one came in.
R.I.P.
So I go there. I'm like, fuck, I'm so fucked. Now I got to pay for 2 trannies. Turns out I snapped the shifter cable inside. So you couldn't see it until I took it out. So it wasn't bad. During this, we put the tranny in. And I told him, I said, listen, just send out the turbo. I know it's a turbo. So we sent it out. We get everything back. 2 weeks later, we go to Sonic. My buddy Lou, boosted C6.
This is the
great man.
Nope.
He kept joking around me. So we're going to run tonight. It's a nitrous Z06 with heads cam intake. We're going to run. Nah, I don't feel like running tonight. No, come on, let's run. So we're sitting in Sonic. He goes, and I still make fun of him to this day. He goes, what's the worst that could happen?
This is where Remy became famous.
But you don't ever ask that when it comes to race cars.
So we go down 231 on the straightaway. I beat him the first time. It was a good race. I put, I think, a car and a half on him, but his car's fucking fast and it's light.
Yeah.
So we get to the light to come around, turn back, and he goes, you want to go again? And I'm like, the air to fuel is a little off. I'm like, I don't know, man. I think something's wrong. I said, I got to get off. I got to turn around anyway for sunrise. I said, we'll do another run.
And it was at that moment.
It was at that moment that he knew he fucked up. So first mistake is I don't even know. I think he took off on me because he didn't even honk it right or something stupid. And I bang third. I bang fourth. As soon as it bangs fourth, it pops and smoke
Black
everywhere.
smoke everywhere.
This was recorded?
Yes. Oh my
Did
God.
I showed you it? I don't have. I have to get it from my girlfriend.
I think you put it on Instagram for like a hot minute, and then like
No. You saw the video from behind.
Yeah.
Lewis posted it for my birthday saying, happy birthday, Remy.
Jesus.
I got him back on his birthday. We almost didn't be friends. A couple years ago, he had a 1,000 horsepower blue Corvette that burned to the ground in the street.
Nice.
I posted a picture of his cars. I said, I hope your birthday's fucking...
Oh my God.
He was not amused.
I wouldn't be either. I'd be pissed.
I just remember watching the video like
No
right
one's
after-
ever seen the video of inside the car. There's one
literally-
inside the car.
Oh my God.
And I am as calm as can be. Because at this point, I've had 6 months of bad luck. So Liz goes, oh my God, what happened? And you just hear me, I think I popped the motor. She goes, what do you mean you popped the motor? I go, I don't know, something broke.
Literally in the video, you see the 2 cars racing,
And
then
nothing.
Remy's car disappears in black
Is that
smoke.
bad?
That's how bad it was.
Jesus.
Holy crap! Like literally
Oh,
disappears.
I don't have any videos. I just got a new phone.
Damn.
So here's the best part. So we pull over on the side of the road, And we're with a bunch of people. So there's 6 of us pulled over. And we see a sheriff coming from the other way. And he cuts across the grass, comes up behind us. I walk back towards him. I go, officer, listen, my car broke. He's like, do you have a trailer coming? I said, yes, it's coming right now. He goes, okay. Walks past me. Lewis was in the auto show. He has 2 nitrous bottles in his back window.
Oh, no.
He goes, everyone else, license and registration. My one friend's on a bike. He's trying to take the bike. He's like, next thing we know, we see my buddy Trevor coming over the other side of the highway with 5 cars behind them because they were coming to meet up with us. I'm looking and I go, he's not that dumb. Honk, honk, honk.
Oh,
Takes off down the fucking road. Cop goes like this, throws his hands in the air, goes, fucking shit. Goes to his car, lets all of us go. Goes after him, never catches him or anyone else either.
They all out that quick? Damn.
So I decided to build the motor to a 2.2 stroker at that point because it was only going to cost me $1,000 to rebuild the motor. Fuel injector failed, cylinder 2 leaned out. Bottom end was fine. I just put a hole through the motor. Not the motor, hole through the head. Like an actual hole.
I just blew the entire block.
No, the block was fine.
Just kidding.
But I had 60,000 miles of 35 PSI on it, and I had to refreshen it up over the winter anyway. So I refreshened the whole thing, did the stroker, got it back, go to drive it. And the tranny that's brand new, 2 weeks old, is making a noise.
Jesus Christ.
Never ending.
Shit like that. That's why I got rid of the
Never
SR20.
So I sent it out. Turns out Jack's transmission doesn't put a throwout bearing on the input shaft when they do a rebuild. They don't replace it. They leave the old one on. Go figure.
And that's what went. Yeah. Jesus.
So get it back. They fix it for free. Put it on. Go to the track for a rental. Car does 10.2 at 139 miles an hour. I'm going for 9s, obviously. That was always the goal. Mm-hmm. I went 10.2 at 139, letting off in 4th gear before the finish. The air to fuel kept leaning out, getting rich. We couldn't get it right throughout the entire day. I don't know what the fuck it was. Car should have went 143 miles an hour, so we knew something was wrong from that as well. Mm-hmm. Couldn't figure it out, bring it to the shop. Turns out the coil pack, never seen this before, had a micro crack in the top that let water in. And the entire day I was racing with 3 out of 4 coil packs. And the 4th one had water in. On top of that, a couple of weeks later, I decided I was going to propose to my girlfriend, wanted to settle down, get a house. I was putting thousands of dollars every month into the car. I said, I don't want to do this anymore. So we ripped the car apart, and it turns out when we ripped the car apart to put it back to stock, the fuel pump, the line on the inside of the pump was ripped, and that's why the fuel kept bouncing.
Dumb as shit.
Yep. So if I had the chance to go to the track again, it probably would have went down at like 9.7. Yeah.
Hit 9s.
And now I have to hold that monkey on my back for the rest of my life until I get a Mustang, and I build a Mustang for a third of that and go a second faster than 9s.
You just gotta be careful though with that rear wheel drive. Might whip out on you.
Nah, not at the track.
It's
you
really
have the
sticky.
suspension.
Yeah, should be
It's
okay.
different when like you're racing, you're roll racing. That's another thing because anything could
Company gear.
happen.
Yeah.
It's true. I know you don't like rolls. You're very against that, right?
No, I did a lot of roll racing, especially leaving Captree. Captree was always a fun place.
That was
to
always
do
the
races.
fun stuff. Yeah.
The one time I feel bad, I didn't used to race with the roll race guys. These guys make 1,200 horsepower now. These guys are fucking no jokes.
I wouldn't even know what to do with that.
And the one time I went out there, everyone was excited because everyone wanted to race me. And I lined up 3-way with them, and I got smoked. And I shouldn't have. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So we go to race again, and I get smoked again. I'm like, what the fuck? So I pop the hood when we get back. I don't see anything because it's dark. I go home with my buddy, and I'm like pissed off. I'm like, what the fuck's going on, man? And for whatever reason, when I raced, I didn't look at my boost gauge, which I usually do. So I go to pass a Mustang on Sunrise Highway, and I look at my boost gauge, and I'm like full throttle. I'm at 0 PSI. Like, what the fuck? So I pull over at his house. I turn the light on. I find I fucking had a boost leak. I had no boost the times I was racing. It's crazy.
I'll never
Just my
forget
luck.
the day I underestimated an Evo. This is like when Like I used to race a lot. I had drag radials on or street radials, whatever, on the Charger, and this guy with a silver. I think it was like it was an Evo 9. He told me it was just bolt on, which is a blatant fucking lie. He's like, oh, it's just bolt on. It'll be a fun race. Like I knew he was gonna beat me. So we're leaving Captree, and he's like, all right, when we all leave, we'll run. And he was like $50, and I was like, all right, whatever, $50. If I lose $50, $50. When I mean, he put buses on me, and I was like, wait, you said it was bolt on? He's like, yeah. Bolt on bigger turbo. I was like, what the fuck? So we're racing, like we're getting ready to race, and it's a roll race. I said, like, let's go from like 25, 30, whatever. He hit so fucking hard, and I'm spinning in second gear. He's gone over the bridge. I'm just like, what the fuck happened? And we pull over. He's like, yeah, let's go again, but like no money. I was like, all right, fine. We both get off at the same time, and he just like after like third gear, gone. And I was like, all right, what the fuck? Pulls over. I was like, all right, realistically, he's like, oh, it's only 85 in a bigger turbo. It's like,
bolt-ons my ass.
Thanks, bolt-ons. Yeah, literally, bolt-ons
the
my
best
ass.
is my friend Rich, who's actually at Slipstream right now. He he makes like 700 horsepower, and he goes 10-0 at the track, and he got eaten up on Ocean Parkway. It's probably one of my favorite videos of all time by a UGR Lambo. And he got destroyed. He had no idea that it was UGR, and he just got, because he, as an Evo guy, oh, the greatest feeling in the world is beating up on these exotics, man.
Yeah.
It's something else. And he definitely thought he was going to get a nice Lambo video, and he got
Smoked.
destroyed.
Damn, that sucks.
You know whose car I'm really excited to see, like, finish being built.
Purple Flirbs.
Finish being built, yeah, with his 1.5 freaking.
He's actually just FaceTime me.
He has it's an all stock body looking blue Evo 10. I think it's like K Sweet on Instagram. He makes like 560 wheel right now. I don't remember his name. I cannot remember his name for the life of me. But he used to, like, last year he
makes
was like
600.
Yeah, he makes 600. Yeah.
He's from Lindy.
Yeah, he put his car away all winter, and he posted a video the other day. I was like, I can't wait to be back in the races and stuff like that. He used to eat on like Corvettes, SRTs, like everything. He would destroy them on Ocean Parkway. So his build I'm really excited for, because I think it's hilarious that his car just looks like a brand
It's not
new.
built.
What?
That's a stock motor.
Yeah, he has a stock motor build, but like even so, like it's just I love it that it looks like it's fresh off the freaking lot, and he goes to do a pull, and he's fucking 5 cars ahead of you. It's great.
That's what I used to love about my Evo. You never expect it.
Yep. Yours just looked like a regular Evo with a carbon fiber trunk.
Just
That
carbon
was it.
fiber everywhere.
Unless you put the slicks on.
Yeah, unless your slicks
Then
are
it's
on,
just
but
like,
otherwise, like no one, unless like they knew who you are, I'm sure every STI was like,
Back in the
Buy
day,
less. Get
a
outta
lot of people used to know who I was, which was very helpful getting into private meets.
yeah, true.
I remember pulling up the garage meet before
Yeah.
we used to do it when it was small.
Yeah. Back when I had my Dart, I used to go
pulled
to those.
up and someone was like, "Are you on the list?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Remy." He's like, he looked at the car. "You're Remy Evo?" I go, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, you could go in." I'm like, "All right."
I miss those.
I said the same thing to Kaler,
Oh,
because I was friends with Kaler at that meet at pole position. I roll up. Kayla says hi to me. I give her money or whatever for the entrance fee, and I go up, and the kid asked me. He's like, "What's your Instagram name?"
That's really happening.
And I turned to Kayla. I said, "Kayla, tell this fucking kid to let me in." He's like, "I'm gonna lose my shit."
oh my god.
That's how they were letting people in with Instagram names.
Well,
It's
that's how
smart,
you
though.
that's how you
That's
registered.
You make it a good show, though.
Because realistically, when you do shows, are like, all right, whoever, like, you just show up and you pay money. People are gonna show up with every goddamn kind of build in the world, from like your slammed Civic to like an Eve, like Remy's build. But
To,
when you do
Dodge
it,
Dart.
yeah, it's a Dodge Darts, lime green Dodge Darts.
To a Miata.
Nah, the problem is that it's all the stock cars. I could literally go to a dealership and see the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, before we finish, you heard about cars at the Coliseum?
Yeah,
Oh,
how
the
it's- Oh my
MS-13
god, the
thing?
MS-13 threat. Did you see that news? 12.
I heard it was fake, but then at the same time,
I don't think it's fake.
it's not
because
worth risking.
It's not worth
obviously.
risking it. They
Every show has been canceled
they're
except for
still
Cars
going. They're
at
still
the
going to do
Coliseum.
it. Yep.
They're making an announcement today.
They're not going to do it. They're going to stop it, or
They made an announcement late last night.
I saw that they were like they said like they're
Yeah.
doing an investigation.
So for anybody
made
that
another one
doesn't
after
know,
that.
there's a huge car meet going on
There was a
Sunday,
couple of huge
right?
car
Something like
meets
that.
going on.
Oh, tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not going.
They don't know what day it is.
I have work, so I'm not going.
We'll
but
be announcing an update on Cars at the Coliseum tomorrow. Stay tuned. That was 15 hours ago.
Yeah, it was last night.
so the MS-13 is a gang, pretty much,
Very big
out
gang.
here, and they threatened to shoot up the entire car meet. Right? It was towards
was-
cops, but
it was-
anybody
it
who was
was-
at the
Yeah, it was basically because they're
The original thing was in the news was the kingpin of MS-13 apparently
Got
arrested,
arrested,
and
yep.
he put a hit out on Nassau County PD.
so anywhere where there
Someone
would be,
made a Facebook post saying that he talked to someone and they said they heard that they're going to shoot up the car meet and yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to the kid. I messaged him. Oh, I didn't message him actually. I friend requested him and he messaged me
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Oh, I guess you saw my post."
he knows why you're
That's
there.
the first red flag.
You know why I'm
right.
here.
So I had a conversation with him. My personal belief after the conversation that I've had with him is it's bullshit. He was trying to make it. He wasn't trying to be a dick or make it blow up the way it did. He was trying to just be like, "Hey, watch out."
yeah, basically.
Not,
'Cause you
I
gotta-
guess, not realizing the magnitude of what he said.
Yeah. Yep.
And because of that, every other car show in Nassau County, the Hofstra,
they
the
all-
B,
they all-
BRZT performance
Yeah,
meet
they
in
all-
the city or somewhere like
They're
that.
all postponing it, and like, I spoke to the people hosting the Hofstra, not the Hofstra show, the
wait.
Cars of the Coliseum.
Yep. It's off.
It is. They announced it.
An hour ago.
Yeah.
Cars of the Coliseum has been postponed by officials. New day coming soon. Sorry for them. The county's forcing them to. It's
Yeah.
not them.
And that's the thing. Like a lot of people are getting pissed off at the guy that made the post. Like, oh,
I'm
it's
pissed.
fake,
You're pissed?
fake. But you got to think though. Even if it was like the post itself targeting the meat was fake, the threat of MS-13 isn't fake. And realistically, let's say, oh, MS-13 decides, all right, Cars at the Coliseum, Nassau Coliseum. There's going to be cops most likely.
That's what I was
It's
thinking.
not worth risking.
It's not. Yeah,
your
and that's-
life
I was
for
talking
a meet.
to the people that host the meet last night. I was like, listen, whether it's fake or not, you could throw this meet and it could go off without an issue. But last thing you need is one person to pull out a gun.
That's why
And-
Suffolk County's better.
Oh,
I hate Nassau County,
Yeah,
to be honest.
personally.
I hate all their car meets. I've never once been happy at a Nassau County car
Me either.
meet.
Yeah, true. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh, don't go to that.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Not. I don't
there's
know
a-
who's
you
going to
can't
listen
go.
to this in the next 24 hours, but
It won't
Yeah,
even
it'll
be
be
up
up by
in the next
Wednesday.
20.
But just be careful if you're
Yeah.
gonna do anything dumb. You guys have anything you wanna plug out? Any GoFundMe's or anything like that?
I mean,
or-
if you want, my there is a GoFundMe for my cousin. They actually already raised like $700 for him in the span of a week, and then there's a bake sale that's going on tonight at Burger City. Ironically,
oh god,
oh god,
did you condone that?
no, I didn't. I won't even.
what
be
type
there,
of baked goods?
Well, it's not 420 anymore, so. But no, it's
And
I don't smoke or anything, but they're selling like cupcakes and brownies and stuff
Alright.
like that. Whatever. So I mean, obviously
Illegal
the money's
sales.
illegal sales. Yeah, the money's all going to a good cause. You know, it's for my cousin. You know, and like being able to pay bills while he's in the hospital for his fiance and his kid. So, I'll have Anton put the GoFundMe link in the description. He's gonna do it. I know where he lives. He's gonna do it. I mean, like, I'm not
Damn.
asking you guys to donate. Like, things will get handled.
If you want to donate. If you
Yeah.
don't,
it's no.
write
I'm-
down below that you don't want to donate.
Yeah, just say, Brendan, go fuck yourself.
Brendan, your dart was gay. And then
So is my charger.
it doesn't get gayer than that.
you said it, not me.
Anything you want to plug, Remy? Are you all good?
Nah, I'm good, man. Just
If you want to buy his bye STI plates,
contact me. Nah, I really hope these kids get smarter, because a split-second decision is could have changed the life of 4 people, I'm sorry, and their families, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, if very fortunately your cousin's alive, and if he didn't, that would have been 2 people getting locked up for enjoying themselves,
Mistake.
which we've all done.
Yeah.
We've all
Yeah.
18, you know, doing stupid street racing, having fun. But at the same time, you got to be smarter.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a big lesson. So hopefully this will teach you guys to be careful. Maybe this will save some people from being in the hospital for days at a time. So
Right. But at the end of the day, shit happens. Just, you know, be careful. That's all it is. Just be careful. So
and don't buy a dart. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys in the next podcast.
see ya.